Who to start and who to sit at the running back position for Week 8. I'm Jen Piacenti with Sports Illustrated, and for these tough start-sit decisions, we bring in Sports Illustrated's senior fantasy analyst, Michael Fabiano. Fabs, you got a couple of running backs you want to start this week that are actually playing in the same game.
Yeah, that's right. We'll start off with Elijah Mitchell. Didn't have a great matchup last week against the Colts. You probably played him because of Mageddon, and boy, he had a tremendous stat line, and now he's got the Bears. And you look at the numbers, the matchup's not great on paper, but the Bears have actually given up 15-plus fantasy points to 5 different running backs, including 4 in their last 5 games. So Mitchell, who leads this backfield in snaps and touches and fantasy points over the last couple of weeks, is a very nice RB2. And the same can be said of Khalil Herbert. I love this kid. I really think he's going to put a dent into David Montgomery's touches once he's able to come back. Look at what he did last week, Jen. No running back had rushed for more than 67 yards against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What does Herbert do? He puts 100 on them. And the Niners this week, they've given up 15-plus fantasy points to 5 different running backs. So Khalil Herbert, folks, is a strong RB2 in what I'm expecting to be somewhat of a low-scoring game there at Soldier Field.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal performance from Herbert, and I think all of us were more than a little bit surprised. You're also starting Damien Harris this week. Just really quickly, let me ask you, what is going on with this New England backfield? Can we trust Harris? I mean, I think we can. You're saying yes.
Harris is the only one we can trust. Other than that, I have no clue because it's Bill Belichick and Bellatrix. Right. So start Harris with confidence, maybe Brandon Bolden. We'll find out on Sunday.
We'll find out on Sunday, but we know for sure who we're going to sit, and that is...
Yeah, Myles Gaskin has actually been pretty good. I mean, look at his numbers, 17-plus fantasy points in 2 of his last 3 games. He had near 32 fantasy points a few weeks ago back in Week 5, but now he's got Buffalo, all right? This is a bad matchup. Their defense has given up just 4 touchdowns and the second fewest fantasy points per game to running back. So even with Malcolm Brown out, Gaskin is no more than a risk-reward flex starter. And the same goes for Melvin Gordon. He has failed to score more than 11.2 fantasy points in 4 straight games, during which time he's averaging 9.1 fantasy points. That's not really that good, folks. Javonte Williams is, of course, splitting the snaps and the touches in that confusing Denver backfield. And they've got the football team this week. They've allowed just 71 rushing yards per game to running backs. So Gordon, much like Myles Gaskin, is a risk-reward flex at best.
Yeah, this is a very non-scientific observation, but Gaskin seems to have on-week, off-week, on-week, off-week. So this would qualify as the off-week. So take that for what you will. But you're also sitting last week's most popular waiver wire pickup, D'Ernest Johnson. So for more of Fab's start sits at the running back position, it's a tricky position, lots of injuries, but we have the answers for you. Visit us at si.com/fantasy.